What's up, everybody? Alan D9Jsports. Man, we're right back at it. We're right back at it. I'm telling you right now, it's cold in the 409. So if you plan on going out, you have to put on 6 coats because it's cold out there. We've got an incredible show lined up for you today, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is. It's Wildcard weekend. But also before Wildcard weekend starts, you got to see the college football playoffs. It doesn't get any better than this. Grab you a cup of coffee or whatever. I hope you're not day drinking. Let's get into it. I hope y'all doing all right out there today. Hey, let's jump right into it. We got a lot of things we want to cover on the show today. And I hope you love every minute of it. Because for me, this is the best weekend in football. And now you're mixing in the college football playoffs. It's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. So let's start right there with the college football playoffs. You got the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Texas Longhorns. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a homer. I'm from Texas, and I'm surely going for the Texas Longhorns. Let's break this thing down. The Ohio State Buckeyes. 2 weeks in a row, the Ohio State Buckeyes have come out and look like they're the best team in the country. See how they dismantled the Tennessee Volunteers, and they kept that momentum going, ladies and gentlemen, as they went out and they done a number on the Oregon Ducks. The Oregon Ducks were undefeated, but it didn't make any difference. It was really over with in the first quarter because the Ohio State Buckeyes and that passing game, it was on and popping. Then they handed it off to that sleep-foot running back, and to the house he went. Now, let's take a closer look at that, though. I'm here to tell you, I don't see that the freshman wide receiver is going to be running around in the secondary of the Texas Longhorns like he been doing everybody else. It's Texas. You're not finna come out there and do that. We've got one of the number one cornerbacks in the nation. And we've got that defensive line that's going to be putting some pressure on the quarterback, Will Howard. So we're going to see. I don't see it happening. And I also think that the Ohio State Buckeyes in a game of this magnitude, that their coach, Ryan Day, Coach Steve Sarkisian's going to have something waiting for him. And what do I think he's going to have waiting for him? I think there's going to be a Arch Manning sighting. I think that Arch Manning is going to come out. They're going to have some packages in the game for Arch Manning. And now let's not get it twisted now. Let's not get it twisted. Quinn Ewers has been playing some ball. Quinn Ewers, but we cannot wait and get to 4th and 10 and have to depend on that play to win the game. So Quinn is going to have to stand in the pocket. Now, Ohio State can put some pressure on the quarterback, but I'm sure Coach Stark is going to get that football out of Quinn's hands fast. Once he gets it out of his hands and gets it out there on the corner, we've got something for him. There are certain teams that you play that when you're out there on the field, let's take, for instance, if the University of Texas was playing, I'm going to keep it at home. No disrespect to UTSA. If we're playing UTSA and you dump it out in the flats, it's like the guy can break a tackle. But in games like these, they're going to be all over each other, right? As soon as the ball gets snapped, as soon as it gets dumped out in the flats, it's going to be exciting. Now, I'll look for it in the first quarter. Both teams are going to be emotional. I'm going to say about 6 or 7 minutes to go in the game. In the first quarter, that's when the teams are going to settle down and you're going to see what's really happening. Now, for those of you in Ohio State, and I like the Buckeyes. But not in this one. Not against everybody's thinking that they're going to come in and dismantle the Longhorns. I do not see it happening. Let's move on out to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Penn State Nittany Lions. This is going to be a throwback game. It's going to be like when I was a little boy and you didn't have but 1 or 2 channels to watch, and the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are out there, and it was freezing cold and it was snowing, and it's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. But do I think that the Notre Dame Fighting Irish will beat the Penn State Nittany Lions? You better believe it. You better believe it. Now, Penn State now, I'm telling you, Penn State, they better do something about the tight end. And Notre Dame, I'm telling you, if you let him get loose, and you're going to have a problem. He's the next coming of Gronk, okay? He's the next coming of Gronk. He's big, and he makes plays every game. But I think this game is going to be what I call a slobber knocker. I don't think that the quarterbacks are going to be passing for 250 yards or above. I think it's going to be smash mouth football, just the way that I like it. And if you like the way football is played right now, okay, kudos to you. But not for me. I like when the score is about 21-17. When you hand that football off 35 times, okay, and you may pass it 25 times. I think that's going to be this type of the game. I think that in the end, I think that the Notre Dame Fighting Irish have one too many weapons. They have one too many more weapons than the Penn State Nittany Lions. That's just my opinion. Now, I may be wrong. Penn State may come out there, and Penn State their quarterback, Drew Allen, may be dropping back in the pocket, dumping it off, and you never can tell. But that's a game that I'm really fascinated about it because, like I said, I like smash mouth football. It's going to be exciting. Who will we see? Who will we see in the college football championship? Will it be the Buckeyes? Will it be the Longhorns? Will it be the Fighting Irish, or will it be the Penn State Nittany Lions? Either way it goes, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be incredible to see. Definitely going to be incredible. Let's keep this thing moving. I told you it's going to be an incredible weekend. You know what time it is. The teams have fought their way through. And now, Wildcard weekend. Wildcard weekend. Before I jump into the games, I'm going to tell you the most impressive coaching job that I've seen in a long time is for the Detroit Lions and their coaching staff. I'm telling you, with all the injuries, they dismantled the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold, man, get out of here. But I'm telling you, they had a plan. They had a plan last night for the Minnesota Vikings. Did you see the young man from Louisiana Tech, the cornerback? Hey, I'm going to call it like it is. He was all over Justin Jefferson. He was all over Justin Jefferson. And they say Justin Jefferson is one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history. Man, I ain't seen Jerry Rice get done like that. I ain't seen him get done. It was like that dude was Deion Sanders, straight out of Louisiana Tech. He was all over him. So kudos to that young man. That's how you play football. The Minnesota Vikings. You better be ready. You better be ready. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Well, let's stay on it. The Minnesota Vikings. You're going to be traveling out to take on the Rams. Man, I'm telling you, the Rams are a dangerous team. Sean McVay and them. And don't you forget about that Texas gunslinger, Matthew Stafford. Man, I'm telling you, they are a dangerous, dangerous team, man. They are dangerous. Now, the Minnesota Vikings, hey, you better be ready for Puka Nacua. I'm telling you, Puka Nacua. Ladies and gentlemen, do you ever notice how hard it is for people to tackle Puka Nacua? So the Rams are going to be ready to play. Can the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold and the gang get back on track? Well, they better be ready to play. Let's keep this thing moving. Right down the street. Now, this is going to be a good one to me. The Chargers and the Texans. C.J. Stroud, you know I call him on this show the Candy Man. Will he be throwing soft kisses or will Hershey's kisses, or will he be slinging those jawbreakers? I'm telling you, Harbaugh gonna have them boys ready to play. That's gonna be a good one. I think what the Texans are gonna need to do though, they're gonna have to get that. They're gonna have to get Joe Mixon going. They're gonna have to run that football, because if you coming out and you looking for a shootout, it's been proven, man. He didn't have the same type of year that he had last season. So they're going to have to keep run that football with Mixon to make sure that they keep some of the pressure off of him. So when they use play action passes, then they will be able to get some passes down the field to those wide receivers. Now, the Chargers, on the other hand, we already know. Hey, Harbaugh, Harbaugh can coach. Jim Harbaugh can coach. And you know his quarterback, this now he's going to be in the limelight now. I'm used to seeing him when somebody's wide open in crunch situations, he overthrown. Will he be able? Will he be able to go right down to Texas, to the Texans in H-Town, right down the street? Will he be able to go down the street and connect to those receivers that he has out there? So that's going to be a really, really fascinating game. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be on our local CBS. Now, the Steelers and the Ravens. Will Russ be able to cook? Now, we know that the Ravens dismantled him a couple of weeks ago, but it's always been tough. It's always been tough on Lamar. And now this is when the rubber hits the road. I'm sure that Lamar's going to get the MVP again 3 times. But I'm telling you right now, you already know that the pressure's about to be on Lamar Jackson. This is when it counts for Lamar Jackson. See, there are certain players out there that Lamar Jackson's going to have some pressure on him. Okay, he's going to have some pressure on him. Josh Allen's going to have some pressure on him. Okay, those are the 2 quarterbacks that I think that have the most pressure that are going to be on them going into the playoffs. I think that the Baltimore Ravens are going to come out on top. I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers and all the antics from their wide receivers, I think that stuff is going to catch up with them. And I think that the Derrick Henry. Now, Derrick Henry is going to be a fact. Now that's if the Baltimore Ravens stick to what they've been doing. Or are they going to come out like they did last year in the AFC Championship and run the ball 6 times? That's not going to get it done. Now, you going into the playoffs, you're healthy. I just think that this is Lamar's year, ladies and gentlemen. I think that Lamar Jackson is going to get it done against the Steelers, and I think the team is going to put it all together, and they're going to be ready to rock and roll. Let's keep this thing going. What I consider an interesting game, the Denver Broncos and Sean Payton and the rookie quarterback, Bo Nix. You know he's played incredible. Now, we've seen some great things out of these rookie quarterbacks between Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels. We've seen some incredible things from these young men. But now, once again, this is when the rubber hits the road for the young men. Can't go out there turning the football over. You know it's going to be cold, and the crowd in Buffalo is going to be going crazy. They're going to be going crazy. Josh Allen. Okay, Josh, here we go. The Broncos are going to be ready to play, but Josh Allen, prove everybody wrong now. Prove everybody wrong because if you can continue to play like you played all season, then it should be a great game for the Buffalo Bills. The Broncos have their hands full. They got their hands full because the Buffalo Bills, man, the Buffalo Bills, I'm not really a fan of the Bills, but the Buffalo Bills are going to be a hard out. They're going to be a hard out. And the Broncos, you better be ready. I'm telling you, Bo Nix go out there throwing that football over, which I don't think Sean's going to have him, put him in positions like that. I think that what Sean's going to do is try his best to stick with the run game, and get some play action going. And this is one of them games where I'm telling you, Bo Nix can make some plays. Bo Nix can make some plays with his legs. Okay? Now, the Washington Commanders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we got to give credit when we talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know that the quarterback has had a good season. I mean, when he started off at Cleveland, it was a rocky road. And you were seeing that a lot. Maybe there are situations, but Baker Mayfield has had a good season. But the thing I want to tell you about, ladies and gentlemen, when you're seeing something and you're not really focusing in on it, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the Hall of Famer, Mike Evans from Galveston, Texas. Played out there at Texas A&M, and ladies and gentlemen, another 1,000-yard season. The dude's incredible. He's not overly fast. He's a big dude. He's physical, but the dude can play some football. First ballot Hall of Famer without question. First, one of the best receivers. Now, that's one of the best receivers that's played the game. So you got these young kids out there who are playing great. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase are having great seasons. But I'm telling you, another 1,000-yard season from this young man. Yeah, he's incredible. So kudos goes out to Mike Evans, and we know his story and all the things that he went through. But I'm telling you, the boy can play some football. Now, will the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take out Jaden Daniels? Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders are a team that nobody expected to be where they're at right now. Nobody expected it. But Jaden Daniels going to have to make some plays. You got to make some plays. Now, I would think that for me, this may be the game, Jaden, man. You probably need to start sliding in this game because, man, the emotions are going to be high. Playoff football is totally different than the regular season football. So, Jaden, man, don't go out there and be trying to make no miraculous, be Superman, man. Play within yourself because the Commanders definitely do not need to see you off of the field. And that's going to play a part of it in all of these games, ladies and gentlemen. Will all of the quarterbacks be able to stay upright? Will they be able to stay upright? Hopefully they will. Like I said, this is an incredible weekend. I don't plan on doing anything. I'm going to have my pit lit early. I'm going to be tailgating. I don't need nobody coming over. Hey, what's going on? What you doing? What you mean? Do not show up. I'm not answering the door. If you see the smoke on the pit, do not raise it up because this is individualized. Hey, man, all of my group, my guys, we love football, and we love it so much we're not going to even get with each other. Now, we'll be talking to each other back and forth on the phone, but we're not getting with each other because that's too much of a distraction. We will go out, do our breakdown during the games. And, of course, we will get together the day before the games in our circle and talk about who we think's going to pull it out. We will give our banter on it and have our own little talk about who we think can get it done. Who we think can get it done. And you know what I'm talking about. It's a start with college football. Victor Williams Jr., Cedric Hathaway. Well, y'all, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We will have our talk, and we kind of on the same page about some of the games. We're a little tossed up. I believe that the Ravens can get it done, but my two cohorts do not believe that they can get it done. But we're going to see. I know my brother loves Bo Nix. He said that Bo Nix was going to be a great one coming out. Yeah. And Russ and Mike Tomlin. Somebody, ladies and gentlemen, is going to get it done. But in the end, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you before Wildcard weekend starts, I think it's going to be in the Super Bowl. I think that it's going to be the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions versus, man, I want to say Baltimore, but man, we know. The only reason I'm not going to say Pat and them because I think that, and let's say history, they defy history. Now I'm telling you that, man, the Chiefs, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to put the Chiefs out. And I haven't forgot about the Packers, the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, man. Yeah, it's gonna be tough on the Packers, man. It's gonna be tough on the Green Bay Packers. I think that Jordan Love is gonna. You have to be ready. You got to be ready, Jordan Love. You're gonna have to be ready to play some football. All right, let's keep this thing moving. All right, I want to talk about what everybody else is talking about. You want to talk about Skip Bayless, one of the legendary sports guys, talk show host. He's innocent until proven guilty, but he then got jammed up. He's been accused of sexual harassment, just improper stuff in the workplace. Supposedly, like I said, I'm just reporting out just like everybody else. I don't know. Saying that he offered the young lady $1.5 million for, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. It sounds, is it a money grab? I do not know. But people really aren't. People are really not really up in arms. They are up in arms about what Skip's doing, but they're really up in arms about Joy Taylor. All that talking, and then come to find out what allegedly that you slept your way up to the top. Well, Joy, if you have, that's your business, not my business, but somebody done rat off on you. And you guys remember the video I done about Gladiator 2. Remember what I told you? No matter what you do, it's always somebody peeping around the corner, ready to go tell it. Ready to go tell it. You got Nicki Minaj that's done got into some stuff about somebody that accused us of assault. So you got a lot of things that are going on in the sports world, entertainment. But the most important thing, I hope that this weekend goes without no bullcrap. Stuff is moving fast. 2025. It's going to be an incredible weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So until next time, hey, man, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Hey, tell all your friends about the show. And if you're from the 409, man, if you're from the 409 and you love sports, hey, man, all you got to do is hit it, because I'm going to give it to you on this show. I'm going to give it to you the real. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to pick and choose because, hey, man, I might like this person. I'm not like that. It's not like that. If you're not a good player, if you're not a good team, I'm going to let you know. And before I go, I'm going to say this. Some people are not going to like this, but I'm going to tell you. Every time I do a show moving forward, I'm going to say this until the NBA season is over with. I don't care if LeBron James plays until he's 80 years old. All these people can come up with all these things. He's not better than MJ. He's not better than MJ. But the most amazing part about it is I never figured out when. Help me figure out when, ladies and gentlemen. Did LeBron James pass Kobe Bryant? Remember, like I said, I don't pick and choose because I might like a person. No. Alan with D9Jsports. I'm definitely out.